Today we're going to talk about working with people that have a regulated nervous system and what that means for your nervous system. Many of us get stuck in our fight or flight mode. We get stuck in a hyper anxious, hyper stressed state all the time. And that state that we carry has a signature to it. And we influence other people by our own state of being. So if I show up to an appointment with a client and I'm late and I'm rushed and I'm stressed and I'm anxious and I'm living up here in that fight or flight mode, they're going to feel that. They are going to feel that dysregulation, and it's going to contribute to their dysregulation. I want you to think about your experience going into your typical doctor's office. Many times the doctor only has a few minutes with you and it's very rushed and they're very busy and it's a little chaotic and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like they're holding the space for you. It doesn't feel like they have the time of day for you. And you're almost taking on the burden that they're carrying on yourself because how they're showing up to support you affects you. So when we interact with people that are in these hyped up states, these anxious states, these stress states, we feel that, and it contributes to us going into that state unless we are very regulated and we are very cautious and able to keep ourselves steady despite what's going on around us, which many people aren't because it's not something that's talked about and it's not something that we work on or we practice. So I was hanging out with a friend last night and he made a comment about like the moment being really calm and peaceful and just like he needed this. And I said, yeah, it's really game changing when you start hanging out with people that have regulated nervous systems. And, you know, he's like, wait, what does that mean? And we went on a little tangent and I explained to him that the people we hang out around, the people we interact with directly impact our own nervous system and how we're able to show up in life. And when everybody's stuck, which is very common in this fight or flight state, this stressed state, this anxious state, we feel that. And it makes it really hard for us to disengage from that state. And we don't want to be in that state chronically. That state is for acute use only, emergency use only. But because of our modern societies, because of the stress we're under, because of the demands and the burdens, many of us get stuck in that state. And when we interact and we hang out with people in that state, it impacts us. So what I really value highly is to start filling out my circle, and not just like my friends and my family, because I can't control everybody, but I start really consciously paying attention to the type of people I give my money to, or I give my business to, or I consult with, or I interact with. And for me to want to use your services, you have to be in that regulated state. I have to feel good and at ease being around you. So for instance, I've been looking for a photographer to take some new business photos, and I will seek out somebody who can hold grounded, regulated space for me so I feel confident and comfortable in that situation. There's such a big difference between these two flavors that people show up with, and it's a spectrum. It's not just you're this flavor, you're this flavor. It's a spectrum, but there's such a big difference between hanging out with people that are in one state versus the other. And you start kind of paying attention to it, and you start getting a hold of your own regulated nervous system challenges, you'll start to understand that different people give off different energies and those impact you. So choose to interact and surround yourself with people that are calm, that are relaxed, that aren't hot-headed or reactive or constantly anxious. And it's not that there's anything wrong with being in those states. People are where they're at, and that's okay, and we can have love and grace for them. But when it comes to things like your health or your healing or your betterment, when you choose to surround yourself with caretakers or providers or professionals or people that can keep you in a calm state, can make you feel at ease, can make you feel good, you are going to speed up your healing and your self-discovery and all the good things that you need in your life. Surround yourself with people that have a regulated nervous system and learn yourself how to regulate your nervous system, which is something we'll be talking about more because it's such a big piece of the healing paradigm. When we are in this state up here of heightened fight or flight, we are not calm, we are reactive. We are not at peace, we are stressed, we are anxious. And that's really taxing on our physiology. It's really taxing on our body, our emotions, our mental state, all of it. And that's not conducive to healing. And we are here to help people live well, which means overcoming the things that are bogging us down, the chronic diseases, the unwanted symptoms, the malaise, the depression, the anxiety, all of it. And it starts a lot of places, but one good place to start paying attention to is the state of the people around you and the state that you're going in. I want to hear from you. So tell me if you have any experience working with people that you find just really put you in your anxious, stressed, balled up state, or if you find yourself really at ease with certain people, and what kind of differences that makes in your own interactions and your own engagement with the world. You can comment down on this video or reach out to me personally. And as always, please subscribe to our channel because I want you to be here with us on this journey to live well.